Hi everyone, welcome to Arpita Sharma classes. I am Arpita Sharma, your educator, and today we are going to study about the very important summit that took place recently, which is the I2U2 summit. Now you must be wondering, ma'am, what exactly is this I2U2? See, it's very easy to remember it. There are four countries which are a part of this summit, which are a part of this grouping. India in Israel and USA and UAE. That is why it is named as I2U2 because there are two I's, India and Israel, two I's and two U's, UAE and USA. That is I2U2. Alright, समझ आ गया? Very easy to learn. Remember, ठीक है, निमोनिक बहुत easy हो जाएगा इसका याद रखना. I2U2 summit का India, Israel, UAE, USA. Okay, and the first virtual summit has been conducted. जो आपका digital summit है वो conduct हुआ है. First virtual summit has been conducted in 2022, and this time the summit has focused on the food and energy crisis. Because of why is it coming up? ये crisis क्यों आ रहा है? Because of the Ukraine and Russian conflict. That is why the food and energy crisis they are happening, and we have focused on these two crises in this summit. And India has promised that we are going to give land for the food parks to be established under this summit. इस summit के अंदर जो food parks हम establish करेंगे तो उसके लिए इंडिया ने promise किया है कि हम अपनी तरफ से land जरूर देंगे, जमीन देंगे. And many states have come forward to help in this summit. For example, Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat have come forward to participate in this project to provide lands to for the establishment of these food parks. So let us understand in detail what is this I2U2 summit. सबसे पहले अच्छे से ये समझ लेते हैं कि ये जो I2U2 समिट है ये एग्जैक्टली है क्या. ठीक है, क्यों हमें इसको पढ़ना है. Now, when we talk about the I2U2 summit, we have to remember that the summit was also known as the West Asian Quadrilateral. Quad means four countries are part. West Asian Quad इस summit को भी कहा गया है. Why this organization is known as West Asian Quad? Because the Western nations and Asian nations are coming together in this summit. All right, India, Israel, UAE, and USA. That is why it is known as the Western Asian Quad. And another important point is the aim of the summit. The aim is to discuss common areas of mutual interest. Common areas, ठीक है, for example water, climate, ठीक है, energy, etc. ये तो common areas हो गए which is common in every nation. हर nation में ये इन एरियाज के ऊपर तो हम फोकस करते ही हैं, कॉमन एरियाज हैं ऑफ म्यूचुअल कोऑपरेशन और म्यूचुअल एंगेजमेंट. दैट मीन्स दैट ऑल दीज फोर कंट्रीज आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट दोज कॉमन एरियाज इन विच दे ऑल हैव द सेम इंटरेस्ट. ठीक है, जिसमें म्यूचुअल इंटरेस्ट है, उन सभी का सेम इंटरेस्ट है, उन एरियाज की यहाँ पर बात की जाएगी. एंड 6 एरियाज ऑफ कोऑपरेशन हैव बीन आइडेंटिफाइड. वाटर, एनर्जी, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, space, health and food security. This time we talked about energy and food security. Alright, so इसमें 6 areas of cooperation है. These are, write it down, 6 areas of cooperation. Alright, which are a part of this group, which are the aims of this group that you have to remember. And basically this grouping points to India's growing engagement with countries in the West Asia, that is Israel, ठीक है, UAE, with whom India has developed closer relations under Modi government in the last few years. Alright, abhi recently Prime Minister Modi 2 weeks ago, he also had a short visit to UAE also after the G7 summit was conducted. Okay, so that strengthens India's position in the West Asia जियोपॉलिटिक्स एज वेल. इस समिट का इंडिया भी पार्ट है, तो ये अपने आप में दर्शाता है कि इंडिया की पोजीशन वेस्ट एशियन जियोपॉलिटिक्स में स्ट्रैटेजिकली और इकोनॉमिकली स्ट्रांग हो रही है. ऑलराइट, पॉइंट क्लियर यहाँ तक. एंड द फोकस ऑफ I2U2 इज टू एक्सपैंड इकोनॉमिक एंड पॉलिटिकल कोऑपरेशन. मिडिल ईस्ट और एशिया में इकोनॉमिक और पॉलिटिकल कोऑपरेशन को बढ़ाना इसका फोकस है बेसिकली. ठीक है, एंड बेसिकली इंडिया के कोऑपरेशन को बढ़ाना तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फोकस है हम लोगों का भी. ठीक है, एंड वी आर गोइंग टू improve and enhance our cooperation through trade, through climate, combating climate change, through energy cooperation, etc. So it aims to re-energize and revitalize the American partnerships across the world to strengthen the ties, in the West Asian geopolitics. This group has been formed. Now let us understand the history of this group, how this group came into existence. देखो, अब्राहम एकॉर्ड्स थे जिसको साइन किया था इजराइल, यूएसए और बहरीन ने 2020 में. ठीक है। और ये जो अग्रीमेंट था, अब्राहम अकॉर्ड थे, इसको ब्रोकर किया गया था। द इनिशिएटिव वाज ब्रॉट फॉरवर्ड बाय यूएसए, which led to normalizing of the relations between Israel and Arab Gulf countries. Not all the Arab Gulf countries, but yes, some of the Arab Gulf countries, they started normalizing their relation with Israel also through the Abraham Accord. After this accord was signed, when relations starting normalizing between Israel and Arab Gulf countries, USA also thought ki why not form a new agreement, form a new group wherein Israel, USA, India and UAE can come together, ताकि हम वेस्ट और एशिया मिलकर एक साथ साथ strong हो सके. And that is why this group came up. It was initially formed in 2021 to deal with maritime security, infrastructure and transport. Later on we enhanced and increased our area of cooperation. Okay, point clear हो गया यहाँ तक सभी को? All right. So you can say that I2U2 is an entirely new grouping of partners, okay, and it is focused on expanding the economic and political cooperation through trade, energy cooperation, etc. So it is going to demonstrate the return of American leadership. अब अमेरिका क्या है, अपने आप को forefront पे लेकर आ रहा है, ठीक है. So now in 2020 it came up with the Abraham Accords. In 2021 it came up with I2U2. Basically it is trying to bring countries together to address the common threats and become the leader when it comes to all these groupings and organizations. All right. Before we move forward, here's a small announcement for all of you. Unacademy is coming up with UPSC CSE Ultra Combat on 17th of July 2022 at 11 a.m. in the morning. It will be a 1 hour mock test on the lines of the prelims examination, prelims ka mock test. It's a free all India scholarship test and it will be of 1 hour, which will include 50 questions from all the papers, from all the subjects. And here you will not just get a chance to test yourself for 2023 ka prelims exam, but also you will understand what are your strengths and weaknesses, where you are faulting. And another important point is that it's a scholarship test, so you will stand a chance to win rewards worth rupees 4 crore, plus 250 lucky participants will also stand a chance to win new amazing gift vouchers like MacBook का Air, iPad, Samsung mobile and other 1000 rupees के आपकी gift vouchers from Amazon. So this test will be conducted live on Unacademy's website also and Unacademy's mobile application also on 17th July, this coming Sunday at 11 a.m. in the morning. So enroll now. The link is given below and do not miss this test at any cost.